Hey crew, I've got the key to this 2025 Cadillac Escalade, and today we're gonna see what it's like to live with, starting with remote start. Good morning, neighbors. Now, remote start is pretty great because it's gonna get the climate control exactly where I want it, have a nice, warm, cozy cabin on a chillier day or a cooled off cabin on a hot day. And as you heard, or rather didn't hear on startup, this V8 doesn't cause much of a fuss. It's got a soft idle, so it shouldn't disturb your neighbors if you have to start your day early or end it late. Now let's check out the spacing in my driveway, which is 16 feet wide by 19.5 feet long. I've got the Escalade and its 24-inch wheels parked about an inch from the edge, sitting next to my mother-in-law's Lexus RX while Mobile Mama is off running some errands. If you want to check out Mobile Mama's content, it's at Mobile Mama on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And my mother-in-law's parked pretty close to the edge. That leaves plenty of room to walk between the vehicles, enough to wheel a double stroller or wagon through for our kiddos. The nose of the Escalade is actually hovering over the gutter at the front of my driveway, and that leaves just enough room at the back for me to sneak in front of the hedge on the path to my front door. When first getting in with the key fob on me, I can put my hand on either of the front two door handles, press in on the rubber pad on the back. That'll unlock all four doors and deploy the running boards. Oh my. And for $25, the addition of this e-motor to assist you in opening or closing the door is so nice. And it also will hold the door in whatever position you stop it. And it builds resistance as you open it, so it won't just slam into the vehicle next to you. And if there's a heavy breeze, it's not gonna send the door flying open or closed. Now getting in, stepping on the running board, I would love to say I could grab onto an A-pillar handle, but there isn't one. There's just one up here. Still, you can just walk on into this cabin. Now to close the door, after overcoming a bit of resistance, I use the tips of my fingers to help it shut. Hello, cabin crew. Thanks for joining for this day in the life in the 25 Cadillac Escalade. In this video, I want to see if the changes they've made for this model year make life better. So far, so good. To take over from remote start and actually be able to drive the vehicle, I have to put my foot on the brake and hit the start-stop button. That illuminates a portion of the 55-inch screen here and provides a bit of wow factor. Now let me show you where I would stick the items I bring with me every day, like my iPhone 15 Pro, which can go on this large wireless charging pad. The key fob can stay in my pocket or maybe just go in one of the cup holders. This cubby here I have dedicated to my slimline wallet and my sunglasses. It is rubberized to protect the lenses, but I wish there was storage up above. Inside the console, it's a fridge, which I'm not really using right now. Instead, I'm using this deep cubby off to the side for my GoPro accessories, and the door pocket holds my 32-ounce water bottle perfectly. So the storage inside the Escalade, go figure, it's great. Now let me throw on my seatbelts, pull the gear selector in and down for drive. That isn't going to release the parking brake. I do have to do that manually. And now I can roll on forward over the curb ramps that I have set up for clearance, but clearance isn't an issue for the Escalade. And it also is going to clear my neighbor's basketball hoops. And as I'm just making my way out of my neighborhood in the morning, it's nice that remote start has turned on my seat heating and my favorite feature, steering wheel heating. So I am feeling cozy. And on the topic of my comfort, these seats wrapped in semi-aniline leather feel terrific against my jeans. They also have multi-ways of power adjustment, and so I've found a great driving posture for me at 6 feet tall with plenty of headroom above and lots of movement for the tilt and telescope of this power adjusting steering wheel. So my hands can rest comfortably and my arms have that perfect crook in them. When I am sitting at stoplights, I can engage the auto hold feature to relax even more, take my foot off that brake and soak up the seats. Then when it's time to get moving, the V8 provides plenty of grunt, and it sounds good, but it's not so loud that it invades your calm. And I'm riding around in the My Mode setting, where you can customize the steering, suspension, and that engine sound. I've got everything configured as you would have it in the Tour mode. So I can go My Mode, I can go Tour mode. There's also a Sport mode, for a bit perkier response. Ah. And more of that lovely V8. So getting up to speed on the highway is no issue at all. There is the passing power you need as well if I spot a gap. Gosh, I love V8s. Yes, you have the grunt to get you to the lane you want to be in. And then when you're in that spot, let me go back into the tour mode. I'm going to quiet up and listen to the cabin volume at these speeds. Acknowledging that this is a louder road surface, I am getting more tire hum than I would on smooth tarmac, but it's not that bad. I did hear the aftermarket exhaust of that F-150 as it was driving by me, but I don't really get much in the way of wind noise. A little bit here at the seams, nothing intrusive though. Stay relaxed. And I think if I needed to have a conversation with a fellow passenger right next to me, I could do so at a lower tone of voice. Those in the second row, I might need to raise my voice a little bit. And then if I had people in the third row, I would still not need to shout because there is this voice amplification system where it will use the speakers to carry my voice quietly to the back. And since I'm on the highway, in the context of what might be a commute or a road trip, I am going to use Super Cruise, which is now standard for 25, as opposed to the last model years where you had to add it on and then pay for it with a subscription service. You get 3 years of it standard now, then you start paying for it. I love Super Cruise. It is so intuitive. It works better than just about every other hands-free highway driving system. I love how well it stays in the center of the lane on curves like this. I also like that the light bar communicates with you. So if it's green, you're good to go. It means you're paying attention, everything's fine. If it goes blue, that means perhaps it's encountering a period where it is not mapped, which is unusual, or it's on a highway interchange, and it does need you to take control for that. Or if it flashes red, that means perhaps you've been looking away from the road for too long, and it wants your attention. But good heavens, this reduces fatigue of highway commutes and long road trips so much. I love Super Cruise. Back off the highway, the Tour Drive mode really suits the character of the Escalade. Just a big cruiser because it backs off the throttle response a little bit. You always can get up to speed, but you do so at a measured pace. And then the ride compliance from these adaptive dampers and air springs is unreal. For a solid rear axle truck to ride like this, filtering out the blemishes, keeping the choppiness at bay. I mean, it's not like you don't know what's going on with the texture of the road, but it never bothers you. Nothing in this segment rides like this. I mean, maybe the Lexus LX comes pretty close, but everything else has got some catching up to do. This is so good. Easy to modulate those brakes, come up to that smooth stop. And while you are enjoying that dichotomy of V8 power and theater when you want it, but lounging comfort when you don't want that, all the while you have this feeling of authority driving around in this equivalent of the American success mobile. Such a glamour machine, especially on these 24-inch wheels. Now, before I get my morning decaf coffee, I wanted to show you some remaining daily driving details. Important things, like the turn signal sound, which to me, I don't know why, has the tonal quality of a horse getting up to gallop. Click, clonk, click, clonk, click, clonk. Now for the turning radius. Wheel is cranked, and the Escalade shows off an incredible turning circle. Full-size SUV, psh, we turn around like a mid-size sedan. But what if someone is driving recklessly on the road and you feel an obligation to honk at them? What are they gonna hear? Whew. It's a bit brighter in tone than I was expecting for this big burly SUV, but it gets the message across. I am excited to try a new coffee spot today called Succulent Coffee Roasters here in Huntington Beach. And that will give me a chance to see about parking Big Bertha here. Up into reverse, gosh, the new gear selector I feel is so much nicer, cleaner to use and look than the old one that was here in the center. I like that. Backup camera, such high res. I missed this from my CT5V Blackwing. Got trajectory lines, bird's eye view, so I can angle right into the middle of the spot. Ooh, the seats vibrate for proximity. Yeah, I'm close enough. Lots of vibration there. Let's get coffee. All right, got my decaf latte. Thank you, Jeff, so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Like and enjoy.
Thank you. I just met the owner, Kevin.
Hey, Miles.
Hey.
Come on back. Come check out where we roast.
This is so cool. Hey, guys.
What do we roast right now, Al? Some ninth, our espresso.
Okay, the decaf is delicious.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thanks, guys. Now off to meet up with Mobile Mama, so I got her a coffee too. And this color looks very similar to our lattes because it's called Latte Metallic. Looks more like the almond milk color though than the whole milk. And when you first approach it, you get these cool animations. Now, when opening the door with 2 lattes in hand, how easy is this with the new, aha! So simple. And getting in with just the running board, casual. And the 2 cup holders to hold the lattes are at the perfect height to grab it again and take a sip. I have opted for the coastal route to get to Mobile Mama. Those waves are big today. And while enjoying the sights, I can enjoy some sounds via the AKG 36 speaker sound system in this Escalade. And I can cue that up with the wireless Apple CarPlay. I'm glad they kept CarPlay in the Escalade because GM is booting it out of a bunch of their other vehicles. So got that going. It is responsive. Although the screen feels kind of far away, I do have to stretch far over so I can just use this dial instead. And my goodness, so much higher quality is the action of this dial than the last Escalade I drove. Felt like a toy in that one, like it was just gonna come off in my hand. This is much improved. And the volume dial, that feels solid. Turn it up here. The rain falling, that background noise. Looks like it's just 50%. Oh. Oh my. Let's go up a little more. I don't want to stop that because I'm really enjoying it, but I feel I should comment on it. Holy cow! There's so much wattage there for one. I was at like 55, maybe 60% of peak output, and I didn't need to go any further, at least at these low speeds. Maybe if you were at like 75 miles per hour, you'd use a little more of that, but there's so much room for it. And the bass, when that checked in, oh, it thumped against my leg. It just felt immersive. I loved it. The range is terrific. The mids and highs were very well defined. The lows weren't muddled. Such a high fidelity sound system, audio files. You'll enjoy this. And there's Mobile Mama filming with Molly. And it looks like they've got some company. Someone, oh, okay, that's a report. Great. How much you want?
I'm suing you!
No. How much you want? Can you break a 10?
No, I can't. Just give me the 10.
All right,
Actually,
that's
just
fair.
give me the whole thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is how that works. Get a dash cam, everyone. So it turns out that guy wasn't just some dude off the street. That was the owner of that 4Runner, right?
Yeah, but he kind of was a dude off the street that we asked to use his 4Runner
Showed
in a
up,
video.
knocked on his window. Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
Can
we
we
did.
borrow yours?
That's actually how it went down.
Well, there you go. So you're going to have an old versus new 4Runner in an upcoming Mobile Mama clip. That's
Yes.
pretty cool. And now, you're in the Escalade.
I am, and I'm happy to be here.
A bit nicer than both generation 4Runners. Wouldn't you say?
Just a bit.
Yes. I mean, I love this wood veneer.
Oh, it's
and this
gorgeous.
pattern is absolutely beautiful.
This is what first caught my attention when I came in.
Yes.
It was like a tiger eye. Tiger eye stones? Love it, but it's wood.
Don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
I used to collect stones when I
Oh,
was little.
I'm
Anyways,
learning things today.
I like this textile added in, so you have that contrast. That's
yeah,
really
that
nice.
with the trim and the wood and the leather, it is a nice mix.
I mean, it just screams elevated and luxury in here. That's it.
It does.
It's
You know what
like-
also screams?
What?
Look at the screens!
Whoa! I did see that.
Ah,
Okay.
Oh, you've
so
got
we
your
have
own.
the YouTube videos here you can watch. So I
could you
could
watch a miles per hour video
Yes.
while we're filming a miles per hour video?
Spaceballs moment.
Just what I was thinking. When did now become then?
Just now.
When will now become then? Soon! I love Spaceballs, and I butchered that.
Anyways, tell me about this screen.
Yeah,
what do we
so
have
this is new. We can
Yeah.
independently do our climate.
Can we do it?
And-
Oh,
You mean I can do my climate, then you can do your climate. We can't adjust them at the same time.
I love
Whoever's
that. I
fastest.
love that. Thanks, Cadillac.
Yeah,
More
and
things to argue about.
Seat adjustments, heating, venting, massaging.
Passenger princess.
Okay, so you're just taking
massage.
over now.
Do you want a
Appreciate it.
heated steering
No,
wheel?
no, we're good. I did have that on before, because
All right.
I
Why
love
don't you
a
just
heated-
shove your hands in this cool box here?
that's the opposite of a heated steering wheel.
You
Ooh,
already
that is
have
cold.
frigid hands, so that
You know this
wouldn't
can
be-
actually be a freezer now? Like, not just a cooler. It can
I
actually
saw
go
that.
to
I had-
the level of
Yeah, I
freezing.
saw that. Yeah. Two
Nice. This does feel like a higher class cabin.
It
for
does.
25.
And how much is this one?
It's 125 grand.
Honestly, though,
It kind of feels it,
Yep,
right? Like, and this
it
is the
does.
Sports Platinum trim. This is up there in the trim tier, and I think you get the creature comforts, you get the look. What's the back seat sitch like? Let's go check it out.
Oh. Ooh, that's
You like
different.
that?
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Do you like the back seats? That's the question.
I do. There's a lot of leg room.
Yes.
You can slidey dirty, slidey dirty.
We could not. We could just stop right there.
You can recline.
Yes.
Great. Like
yeah, I'm not using it.
thickish
Ooh, that is a
armrest. That's
thick
nice.
armrest.
Yeah, because usually they're like little toothpicks.
And they're firm.
Yeah.
This is like nice and supple.
It's good.
Good armrest,
I know. I
Patty.
have my own entertainment screen.
Yes. Lights. Yeah, big panel sunroof.
Okay, and down here you have third zone of climate control.
Yeah. Should
I
be
wish we-
fourth.
yeah.
Should be 4-zone.
Yep, heated seats.
Should also be ventilated.
Should also be ventilated.
Ooh, I like all the leather.
Leather's
Everything's
nice.
covered in
Ooh,
leather. That's
threw
good.
me off.
We got down there. HDMI's took up some rear entertainment stuff. You want a video game, you can do that. USB-Cs.
And
what's-
an AC?
AC. Try to sit behind me.
Oh.
Go on. Headroom.
It's good.
Check.
I do touch a little. Like, could you move forward a smidge?
I can go forward just a little bit. Hang on.
Smidge. Oh, let's keep it like
That's
that.
not that.
Oh, keep doing it. Keep trying.
I love
You
my
got it.
wife.
You got
She's
it.
the best. She treats me so kindly.
Okay, that's
there we go.
good.
That's good.
I'm good.
Full-size adults. First row, second row, third row. Good. What else do we have back here? Let me climb back through the pass-through. Revenge is mine.
Not bad.
It's really not that bad. And my head clears back here too.
Yes.
Woohoo!
And you have vents up top, which is nice.
Yes.
And USB-Cs.
Seats are well padded. But you know what?
What?
Got a problem with these. What do you think it is?
You can't recline them.
You cannot recline the third row, either
Mm.
via power or even manually. That's a miss for me. Well, let's stop gabbing and start grubbing here at Irvine Ranch Market. You like that?
Yeah.
Enough gabbing. Let's start going.
Okay.
I was proud of that. That's
Good
good.
job, honey.
Thank you. Houston, we might have a problem because Mobile Mama has already abandoned me. She had all this room to get out. I don't. I'm in my parking space, but the spaces are much tighter here than they were at Succulent Coffee Roasters. So I'm going to use that motor in the door to hold it exactly where I need it and not jostle when I touch it so I can get out of this tighter space. Success. And just so you can see it from the outside, we're pretty much edge to edge here. It's a good thing the Escalade isn't any bigger than it already is. So what'd you get, Mobile Mama?
I got some Chipotle chicken, huge piece.
Those are giant.
I know, potatoes and broccoli.
That looks delicious. And I got the carnitas plates.
Whoa.
And we have the lovely back bay to watch, but we can't really get up here to sit because, I mean, we can, it's just kind of high. I wish you could lower the air suspension from back here, but you can't. But you actually have to turn the vehicle on, as I've done now, and then it will lower down. It's still lowering.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like a saw, drop it like a saw, still lowering. Still lowering. Oh, this is good. Now I want to take my girls to the park, and that means installing their car seats. I've got the forward-facing car seat in, and the install was simple. Lots of room to move around. I could slide the seat forward to access the top tether point behind without needing to fold the seat back forward. Now for the rear-facing car seat. I love how wide these doors swing open, almost to 90 degrees, so loading in the car seat is no trouble at all. Although, because I can't slide it any further back, I am gonna have to move this seat so there's clearance between the seat and the entertainment screen. There we go, just enough clearance. And on the other side, Talia is gonna have plenty of legroom. Let's see about the front passenger seat legroom, because I did move the seat forward just a smidge. Oh, but it doesn't matter. I'm stretched out. Great back angle. The Escalade is certainly family approved. As a final step before I load in the girls, I'm gonna load up their trikes. And I will not be folding down the third row seats for this one. I should point out there are 3 top tethers in the third row, just to give you some more options for forward-facing car seats and people, but there are not lower latch anchors, so no rear-facing car seats back here. Now for these trikes, how easy can I load them in? 1 and 2, that's simple, and you can't forget the helmets. Safety first. They fit! Oh, what are you doing? Romy, what are you doing? Talia, come and say bye to Mom! A big huggy, a big kissy. And Romy is crawling on the ground. Okay, show me the combo. It's like a rock wall. What's your line up? Step and swing. And then you're in the car seat. Okay, Romy, your turn. What would you do? A little big step for you. Nice. Okay, what next?
Hold on to there.
Okay, she got there. And then the seats. And then the handle. Everybody can use it. We got your Cadillac branded headphones that I guess come with the Escalade, connected via Bluetooth, and then YouTube Kids. I do feel a little bad for Romy though. She's in the rear facing car seat. She can't use the screen at all. Sorry, Ro. Not a bad time to talk about visibility. It's a huge vehicle. Can you see out of it easily? And I say yes. Out of the hood, no problems whatsoever. The A-pillars aren't crazy thick. The side glass is large. You do have blind spots at the B, C, and D pillars, especially at the C and D. Hey, look, it's Mobile Mama. I was just mentioning visibility.
Are you following me?
I like what I'm seeing.
Are you following me?
It's a good thing I can see easily to see your beautiful face. There it is. Anyway, so blind spot back there, but you can fold down the headrest as I've done with Romy's seat and that third row as well. If you do have that down, it's better. There's also blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic. And the door mirrors are actually not that big for this big of a vehicle. I kind of wish they were an extra inch or two wide. That would help see the length of the Escalade. Mobile Mama over there in the new Tahoe RST, really putting that RST performance to use. You sped away at the light. We should do a real world 0 to 60. Talia, should we do a blast off?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the sport drive mode. When the light goes green, I'm gonna hold the brakes, give it some gas, and then just quickly release the brake. Here we go. Light it up. Whee! And there's 60 in 6.82 seconds. Not bad for a luxury-laden family mobile. Woo! We made it to Horsey Park. You guys ready to play?
Yeah.
All right. And why do we call it Horsey Park? Well, I'll let you take a guess. Just look at the size of this thing. I reckon it's about time to put some fuel back in this 24-gallon tank. And the EPA rates the 25 Escalade at 14 mpg in the city, 19 on the highway, and 16 combined. If I returned 16 combined, I'd have a fuel range of 384 miles. However, over the last 120 miles, I've averaged just 11.1 miles per gallon. And at current fuel prices of $5.27 for 91 octane gas that is recommended for the Escalade, it's gonna cost me $126 to fill this tank, but there's capless fueling, so I'm saving time. Well, crew, at the beginning of this video, I pondered if and how the refreshed Escalade would make life more pleasant. And after quality time spent behind the wheel, I've encountered a few small but important changes that improve this truck as a daily driver. First, the e-assist doors. Though they take a little getting used to, once optimized, the holding function provides some peace of mind, while the ease of open and close is a win for both adults and kids. 55 inches of screen real estate may look impressive, but it's actually the software updates, the addition of this secondary screen, and the move of the gear selector up here to the stock that make the biggest difference. And perhaps my favorite feature of all GM vehicles, Super Cruise. It's now standard and a huge gain for both commuters and road trippers. The rest of the Escalade formula continues to be effective. Wow factor, ample space in all 3 rows, and ride compliance. Faults include a lack of third row amenities, the absence of air suspension controls in the trunk, and abysmal fuel economy. This symbol of American-made success is a 6-figure proposition, but the updates for 25 make it an even more appealing choice for all your family's needs. I hope you guys have enjoyed this day in the life, and I will see you again next time